Yeah, so Best Roof Box is doing well. I say I'm still adding lots of content around cars. I actually published a video on my other channel. I do have another channel as well, which is where I like to just kind of vlog. I tend to not edit the videos, just kind of brain dump stuff. I've learned a lesson because on Best Roof Box, I got really excited. I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to create content around every single type of car that's available in America. I'm going to write articles around roof boxes, that, and I got a big list of cars that are available in the US. And I briefed up my writers and said, I want articles around this. And I didn't really think it through properly. And I'm always quite bad at this, like jumping in with 2 feet. In fact, that's what my video is called that I put up on their channel. So they were writing articles around cars like sports cars and pickup trucks, which don't tend to lend themselves very well to having a roof box. I guess you don't see many pickup trucks with roof boxes because they've already got tons of space anyway. They're a pickup truck. And sports cars, you don't really want to put a roof box on your sports car. Although saying that, sports cars generally have a very small boot, as you call a trunk, I think. But so yeah, I ended up publishing quite a few articles around cars and trucks and stuff that again ranked really well on Google, but get no traffic because people just simply aren't looking for a roof box for those particular makes and models. So I've learned a lesson there, but I'm still very excited about roof box. It's still doing 4 figures a month. I recently switched over to Ezoic, and that has really boosted the ad side of the earnings. I've been kind of very wary of Ezoic, but I got to say they held my hand and we got it up and running, and we've been back and forth. There was a couple of little issues, but they've all been resolved. The site seems quick. It doesn't look too messy. I mean, it's got quite a few ads on it, but it looks fine. And yeah, the earnings have definitely increased quite considerably. So that's exciting. And my other site is called Wheel Along, which is a UK targeted site. Originally, the idea was to focus it on wheelbarrows, which is quite specific. But then as I dug into it further, I basically saw that on Amazon, there's all sorts of different trolleys you can get. You can get sack barrows, you can get pallet trolleys, you can get shopping trolleys. So it's basically going to be a site around anything with wheels, basically, any kind of trolley that you use to move stuff, including wheelbarrows. So yeah, that's filling out quite nicely. It's already generated a few Amazon sales. One of them was very interesting. I'm not going to mention what that was, but I did a video on that as well. If you want to see what some people order on Amazon, it's quite bizarre. Kinky, some would say. And yeah, it's starting to develop a little bit of traffic. It's still in the sandbox, I'm pretty sure of that, but there's a couple of articles that are getting a little bit of traction. So yeah, that's quite exciting.
Very cool. And you gave me a window here to plug Ezoic and their Site Speed Accelerator. They're a partial
Yeah.
sponsor for these live streams. So thanks to Ezoic, and the Site Speed Accelerator will help your site load faster. So do check it out. There's a link in the description. And I know, Alex, you and I had talked off the record a while back, and I was like, hey, check out Ezoic. You may want to have a look. And I'm glad that you did check them out. So can you tell us a little bit about the experience of like integrating your site with Ezoic? I know there were a couple hiccups, but any highlights that you want to mention here that
Yeah,
could
I
help people?
mean, it was easy to switch over. You literally just update your DNS settings, which is fairly straightforward. And then they only turn on the ads when you're ready, and you can decide whether you want them on all the pages or you want them on certain pages. So I haven't put any ads on my homepage. I was quite specific about that. I didn't want any ads on the homepage. And also on my category pages, I've not put ads on there too. But on the content, there is ads. And then, yeah, we used the Site Speed Accelerator. The thing that caused a couple of issues was the Site Speed Accelerator, but that was purely because we kind of put it on and then we cranked it up to 100 or cranked it up to 11. And like all of these speed optimization plugins like WP Rocket, WP Fastest Cache, all of those plugins that you use to speed up your site, they can break stuff. It's just the way they sometimes work because they're doing stuff to the JavaScript, they're doing stuff to the CSS. So it was just a case of just kind of turning off a few things, working out what was the issues, and I'm still working with Ezoic at the moment to kind of get a really good speed. Although the site does feel fast, it's just that Google page speed score, which I think we all get a little bit too obsessed with that thing because I don't think it's actually a true indication of how fast the site is. It's a whole host of other stuff in it. So the site feels fast, but yeah, the whole transition was good, and my account manager really helpful, and yeah, can't complain. And I say the earnings is at least 5 times more than I was getting on AdSense, and I haven't even completed the first month yet. So we'll wait and see what the end figure is at the end of the month.
That's fantastic. Yep. And that's typically what I hear from people who switch over to Ezoic. A lot of times the revenue goes up with basically the same amount of traffic. And it's interesting because I talk to people that are on AdThrive or Mediavine, and if they have a good relationship with their account manager, typically they don't want to move. So it's cool that you're finding a good experience with Ezoic and your account manager, and they help you out and help you work through the little issues. So pretty cool.
Yeah, I heard an interesting anecdote about, I think it was Mediavine the other day, that there can be an issue with them when you come to sell your site. They don't like you to transfer the Mediavine account to a new owner, so that can be an issue. That's just something I heard, but don't quote me on that.
I've
I don't
heard
think
of
that's a
that
problem with
too.
Ezoic.
Yeah. It's always a little funny when you're switching any sort of monetization. Affiliate usually is pretty transparent, but with the display ads, sometimes you have to be accepted or be part of a network and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes I don't know how it all works, but yeah, there's some
Yeah.
weird
The
overlap.
mastermind actually got a question in the chat I see about Ezoic saying, can you control what type of ads can be displayed on your site with Ezoic? I don't know. I've not looked into that. I'm not too worried about the ads, but what kind of control would you want there, the mastermind? I mean, I guess you wouldn't want competitors' ads or something showing. I don't know.
That's a good question. I don't know specifically, but I think you can. I think there's a way to sort of filter, but I'm not 100% sure. So Alex and I are clearly not experts, but that's a pretty good question, and I bet you can find it pretty easily on the support and documentation there on Ezoic or whatever network you're looking at, by the way. So
Yeah, the thing is, you're not going to. The thing with Ezoic is, and that's what makes it so great, and that's what gives you so much extra revenue, is that it uses a very complex machine learning system to show the best ads in the best places to the right people. And I guess if you start trying to manually mess with that, that's going to affect your earnings. So on Best Roof Box, a lot of the ads are obviously car related, but then also they're related to the person visiting the site via remarketing. So they'll be seeing ads on for stuff that they're interested in or that they've recently looked at. I'm not quite sure why you'd want to limit the ads unless there was, say, a big competitor or something showing ads on your site. Then maybe you'd want to control that, but I don't know.
and typically, not always, but typically the advertisers are more scared of having their ads shown on a website that has questionable
Yeah,
information, right? So if you have drugs and other, say, sex toys all over your site or something like that, then maybe like they don't want to have baby food ads like showing up there. Weird example, but I mean, I thought of it on the
yeah. Well, that was
fly.
the whole kind of ad apocalypse on YouTube a while back, wasn't it? Where PewDiePie did something questionable in one of his videos, and then suddenly all the advertisers didn't want to be associated with that at all, and they just started pulling their ads off YouTube, and Google had a big panic, and now they're very strict in terms of where ads will show. And when you upload a video now, you have to basically tell Google exactly what's in that video, whether it's got anything questionable at all, because if you're talking about terrorism or being anti-Semitic in a video, a lot of brands don't want to be seen next to that.